Hey guys, here is Short Movies with you, and today I'm going to tell you about the dramatic movie called Chloe. Enjoy watching it. A beautiful girl named Chloe works as a girl who serves a rich and wealthy man. A woman gynecologist named Catherine looks at her from the window. Her husband David works as a college professor. One of the female students looks at him, who invites to dinner with all students after the class, but the man refuses because it was his birthday and he needed to catch a plane to get home in time. Catherine wanted to give her husband a nice surprise and invited everyone she knew to his birthday party. The plane landed 40 minutes ago, but David was nowhere to be seen. At the moment, the phone rings and Catherine finds out that David didn't make it to the plane and promises to come on the next flight. The holiday, which was prepared so Catherine, was spoiled. In the morning, Catherine notices that David is gonna work and coming up to him says that she will not make any more surprise for her husband and is effing it. As David is eating breakfast, Catherine pokes around on her husband's phone and sees a picture of David and that student from his college and a message where she has written "Thanks for last night." But Catherine, as if nothing had happened, continues to communicate with her husband. In the evening, David and Catherine go to a restaurant to meet their friends. David starts flirting with the waitress. Catherine is not herself. She goes to the bathroom, where she lets her hair down to get her husband's attention. There she meets Chloe, who she has seen before. Chloe asks her to share some toilet paper. The pretty girl finds someone's hairpin and decides to give it to Catherine, but she ignores it and hurries back to her husband. Catherine realizes that Chloe is working as a call girl. Trying to get her husband off her back, Catherine asks him, "What do you think of the waitress?" And David replies that he just wanted to be friendly with her. The woman also brings up the issue of him being late for the plane, but David denies that he celebrated his birthday with anyone. Catherine sees Chloe, who goes to work at the same hotel. A woman arrives at the restaurant of that hotel. Blondie takes a seat next to her and offers to buy her a drink. Chloe explains that she rarely goes out with women, but Catherine didn't come here for herself. She's gonna hire Chloe for her husband, as she suspects that her husband is cheating on her, and this Chloe will help her find out. The next morning, the girl comes to the cafe where David is sitting and asks sugar from his table for the coffee. She smilingly draws David in, and so David responds. Then Catherine comes in and asks how her husband acted when he met her. Chloe replies that her husband also smiled at her smile. Catherine's suspicions begin to grow. Catherine gives more money to the courtesan and asks to check David again. David chats back and laughs, and her son named Michael washes away in tears because his girlfriend dumped him. Catherine stops by to see her, but Michael immediately closes the door in frustration. David honestly admits that he has been hanging out with the student. Catherine complains that David doesn't spend enough time with his son. Well, David suggests that they just relax and drink some whiskey. They reminisce about their years as they spend time together, and now the woman was counting on intimacy, but David had to check the student's work. In the morning, Chloe made an appointment. Catherine already regrets having arranged it, and she'd like to forget all about it. But Chloe tells her that she has already met David and had lunch. Even they found a secluded places where they hang out for a long time. Hearing these words, Catherine learns that David is cheating on her, and the distraught woman rushes home. But Chloe falls off her bike and gets a small injury. Catherine gives her first aid. Chloe apologizes for what happened and describes in detail what she and David were doing in a secluded spot. Catherine decides that she wants to see the experiment through to the end, but before that, Catherine has to make sure that Chloe is clean, and she has to get tested for AIDS. Catherine remembers everything that happened between her husband and Chloe. In the morning, Chloe arrives at Catherine's office. Immediately, she meets her son Michael and begins to confront him. Chloe walks into Catherine's room and tells her that everything will happen tonight after dinner. Catherine, who is eating breakfast, gets a text from Chloe about where everything happened, and she immediately runs to the designer hotel room. The bedding was wrinkled and there was a naked Chloe in the bathtub. She tells him that there was intimacy between her and David, and that David started the whole thing. Catherine realizes that their love between her husband and her disappears. In the evening, Catherine and David attend a concert of Michael. Woman looks at David as an outsider. Next, Catherine meets with an escort again, asks to be taught how to get Minnie's attention. Chloe shows in this case what it takes to get David's attention. She wants to give that berry to Catherine again. And this time the woman accepts her gift. Catherine, who has returned home, becomes angry and confronts David about his cheating. But David doesn't admit the guilt and says that he loved her and will love her forever. The morning comes, and to Catherine's email, Chloe sent yesterday's photo with her. A little later, herself the girl comes to her office. Catherine says it's all over and writing a big check asks her not to bother her family anymore. And distraught Chloe now tries to trap Catherine's son Michael, and approaching him, she offers to date him. Catherine returning at home, a message arrives from Chloe telling her that she slept with David again. To put a point on it, Catherine makes an appointment at the same time as her husband and Chloe, as if it were a coincidence. Chloe comes to the table where Catherine was sitting with her husband. David, as if not knowing her, doesn't show emotions, while Chloe, ashamed of herself, immediately walks out of there. Catherine and David clarify everything. It turns out that David has never met Chloe and doesn't know such a girl, and Chloe's stories about her relationship with David turn out to be vague. After this, David and Catherine finally embrace and kiss. At this point, Chloe comes to Catherine's house to meet Michael. Michael shows her the rooms, and the courtesan is expected to make love to him. By this time, Catherine arrives home and sees Michael with Chloe in bed. Woman kicks Michael out of the room, and Chloe becomes hysterical. The girl says that she cannot buy it like that and then throws it away in the trash. According to Chloe, she and his son could be the perfect couple. Michael runs a couple of rooms away to see what's going on there. Chloe took that hairpin and hurt her hand. After introduced it to the Catherine's neck and asked it to kiss her, she immediately pushed the girl away. She clung to the sides of the open window and then purposely let go of her hands. This led the girl to her death. The movie ends with after all the events, the stories helped the family become closer, and Catherine wore her hairpin in memory of Chloe. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and put like. Everyone, good luck. Until the next video, bye bye.